Hey, Shalom Israel. I hope y'all ready because it's almost that time again. And this year we doing it big with the Passover week kickoff. Yeah, that's right. We having a whole day of events to start off the 57th annual Passover week the right way. We're going to have the annual lamb slaughter hosted by Captain Akkad, rides and bounce houses for the kids, horseback riding for the adults, and pony riding.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The Isupk. Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The Isupk, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yohana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
Shalom Israel, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and you know what time it is. It's the Lord's 57th annual Passover, and it's going to be held in Houston, Texas on April 4th. Don't forget, bring your family, bring your friends, because this is going to be the time that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans can come under one roof in one house and to serve the Lord. It's that time. $200 per person. Don't forget, over the age of 17. Don't forget the Lord's Passover. It's coming.
Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You've been live with Priest and Captain Isupk Nashar, Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, the Isupk Biblical Scripture Breakdown class, live, talking about the wisdom of the Most High. You understand? We'll give everybody a chance to get in here. Y'all by Shem Yahushua Barakatham. Y'all with Shema Latham by Shem Yahushua. All right. Okay. Anybody got any questions? Bring your questions in the room. Should break down live. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's way behind. All right. Shalom Yatawab Tazarai. Yahweh Shema Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hadassah Tazarai. Deborah. Shalom. Shema Alathan Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Regatha. Opposite call support. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, we looking good. Huh, it's still showing a commercial. All right. Okay, there we go. Looking good now. We should be good and live. All right, there we go. Okay, everybody coming in now. Okay, I see. Okay, still got that delay. All right, so tonight we're talking about the Lord's wisdom there. The Lord's wisdom, where we ended up, we went over things, we're going over and explaining how the Lord has set everything up. All right, we're going back to where we ended, Deuteronomy chapter 4. The Lord gave very important. Deuteronomy chapter 4, and we're going to verse 4. So how we were kept alive. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 4. Okay, now everything's coming in. Shalom, shalom. It says, but ye that did cleave unto the Lord, the Most High, your power, are alive, every one of you this day. We alive because we cleaved unto the Lord. There's a direct correlation between us dying, the way that our people die all the time, and us not obeying the Most High. There is a correlation. You understand? Every one of you this day, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, statutes and judgments, rules. I've taught you these things, even as the Most High, my power, commanded me. These commandments and things came from the Most High. It wasn't something that a man made up. It isn't something that's subject to change. That ye may do so in the land, meaning in the land, we're supposed to have land. This is where we go. And what about the land? Whither ye go to possess it? There's a correlation between us not owning our land and us not obeying the Most High. There is, and it's a very important thing for us to learn, because we are in a state of survival, a state of scramble. Our people becoming, you understand, homeless all over the nation, all over the country, all over the world, because the Lord gave us instructions. And these instructions were how we possess the land. And by us not obeying those instructions, that's what ended up setting us back, ended up putting us in that situation. All right. So that's Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Now he said, this is your wisdom and your understanding, therefore, and do them. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. It says, keep therefore, oh boy. Salaki. Said, keep therefore and do them. Ain't nobody. Bear with me just a second, y'all. Okay.
Shalom Israel, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and you know what time it is. It's the Lord's 57th annual Passover, and it's going to be held in Houston, Texas on April 4th. Don't forget, bring your family, bring your friends, because this is going to be the time that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans can come under one roof in one house and to serve the Lord. It's that time. $200 per person. Don't forget, over the age of 17. Don't forget the Lord's Passover. It's coming.
Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written.
All right, Khan. That's right. The Lord's 57th annual Passover coming up. Pay your Passover fees, get your registration going. But the Lord said, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5, and now verse 6, he said, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Like, we've been looking for wisdom in all kind of ways to be wise, and everybody else's gods and all their religions and their cultures, and their religions, gods, and cultures were able to build and gather, but our wisdom and our understanding. That's not how we get fixed. These rules that the Lord gave us, you understand, would cause the other nations to hear all these statutes, all these rules, which they did. They were exposed to our rules and our laws, and they completely changed their entire way of living and restructured their societies as best they could, using this wisdom that the Lord gave to us, that our people have largely rejected, for the customs of the other nations of people. And he said, and say, meaning the other nations of people would say, surely this great nation, meaning these rules would make us a nation by default, is a wise and understanding people. You understand? Our people go to Islam looking for wisdom, looking for the proper way to live and how to restructure their life and get balance. Our people go to church, into Christianity, which is the wisdom that the oppressor has, the white man, has set up for themselves. We go into the Asians and their different cultures and wisdoms, and what do they say to eat and how they live and survive and how they operate. East Indians, and what do they do and what's their culture, and all of these different cultures of the world, because we are looking for something to give us wisdom and understanding. Now, because it's not what them set up, the wisdom and understanding that we find is not the one that is for us, and is not the thing that keeps us alive, that gives us our reality. Like right now, our people don't understand nationality. We think nationality is where you're born, what language you speak, your name. You understand? The country you come from. You understand? And as a result, if any changes come to that country, then your identity will change. There was a time that we as a people, I'll use, for example, there was a time that we as a people, we did not identify the way that the oppressor identifies himself. We didn't identify the way that a white man would identify. We didn't identify ourselves as American because he did not consider us American when he made up that name for himself, when he made that identity for himself. There was a time where we were just colored. We were just Indian, because especially in Virginia, many of the Native American tribes were classified as Negro after they started to make acts to get the natives off of their land, to force the tribe of Gad to remove. Even by forcing the tribe of Gad to remove, forcing the tribe of Isupk to move out of Texas and New Mexico and Arizona and California, those lands, and Nevada as well, I believe, those lands, the natives of those lands are so-called Mexicans. You understand? But because we don't take the identity that our forefathers have, that God gave us, that he said is our wisdom, now another nation of people can come between us and fracture us and give us a new identity. You understand? So that's what ends up happening there. Hold on one second, y'all. And that's what the Lord is saying. This is the thing that would make us wise, especially now that America is ending. Not just America, all the world empires and governments are coming to a close. You understand? All of them are coming to a close. And it's very important that all of our people get back to our wisdom and understanding. We've been following the wisdom and understanding of another nation of people for so long, and it has led us astray. It's led us into all kind of lives and all kind of identities that we would have never taken on had we known who we were and had it been so clear. You understand? So let me a scripture here. All right, shalom. Jim Shabrakatah. Join us up at the school. This is what the Lord said. I'm talking about the Lord's wisdom. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10 said, the Lord said, arise, meaning to rise up, arise. That's what the Lord said. And depart. Depart from what? Depart from the wisdom and the customs of the other nations of people, because this place is coming to an end. For this is not your rest. We weren't supposed to look for rest amongst the other nations of people. We weren't supposed to. It is almost time to go home. You understand? Black man, woman, and child, it's time to prepare to go home. We should have been preparing to go home, but it's past time. You understand? That's what the Lord said. It's time to go home. He says, this is not your rest. We tried to find rest and a place to fit in to our oppressive society, to everybody's society. We tried to fit in amongst the Arabs. We tried to fit in amongst all the people. Everybody knows. The Lord said, because it is polluted, it's something wrong with it. It's damaged. Its core is evil. The Lord said it's polluted. And by us trying to make this place our rest, will we join into the system? Will we join into their voting, into their marching, into their politics, into their governing system, into their marital system, their identities, their lifestyles, their diets, and we put off what the Lord gave us? The Lord said, it is polluted. It shall destroy you with a sore destruction, a painful destruction, a destruction that's going to do something that's going to harm us. It seemed like it was going to be harmful. It didn't seem like it was harmful, you understand, to go and join America. It seemed like that this was the best possible thing that you could do, that you stop fighting, that we stop celebrating, that we no longer be segregated. When Martin Luther King said that, I have a dream, it seemed so sweet. It seemed so holy. It seemed so righteous. It seemed like, yeah, man, yeah. No longer should we be the black this or the black that. We should be the American one. Yes, right. We fought for this place. Yeah, we did. We marched. We voted. We bled. We gave our soul, and we should be judged by our character and not the color of our skin. Martin Luther King had to say that because the oppressor took one look at our skin and he said we weren't human. That meant he could do terrible things to us because of our skin, not because of his skin, not because of what he does, because us not being white was all the justification that he needed to do terrible things to us and everyone else. And as a result of us rejecting the Lord's wisdom because of sorrow or fatigue or pain or suffering, or because a new political idea came around, or because of religion, we decided to not obey the Lord, and we've been in Martin Luther King's nightmare ever since. Even before then, the Lord, it shall destroy you with a sore destruction. How? How will it destroy you with a sore destruction? Let's get some. Let's see how. All right. The Lord said these words in the Bible are our wisdom. All right. How do we get here? Said a sure destruction, meaning something that was going to destroy us. Shalom. Yo, Shem Shabrakatah. Something that was going to destroy us and cause us pain. Would cause us pain. Us trying to join another people caused us pain. All right. All right. Shalom. chapter. All right.
I'll fix it for you. Go ahead. I'll fix it. Yeah.
Something that was called pain. Chapter 22 and 5. Things become painful unto us. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5, this is your wisdom. He says, the woman, meaning a woman, shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Meaning a woman shall not wear something that pertains to a man. What does this mean? What is this talking about? The Lord said a woman shouldn't wear that pertains to a man. There's a lot in that scripture. I want to see who's paying attention, who can understand what's being said.
You got the scripture.
Shalom, Kalatazar, Shem Shabbagatah. All right. All right, Hebrew. Imadah. Nasha'arakah. Shalom. Yaikwab in the building. Shabbagatah. Mr. Raya. Azarachah. Shalom, shalom. What does that mean? What is the Lord even talking about? Yabakar in the building. All right. Right. All right. We got some good answers. Y'all coming out the gate firing. All right. Now, that's wonderful. We got some answers. Sister Zarakar, quick on the trigger. All right. Said physically, mentally, spiritually. That's right, sister. That's right. Talking about homosexuality. We didn't get there yet. That's a good point, brother. That's right. But we didn't get all the way there yet. A woman can't lead. That's right. That's right. You're correct. Sister Rise said women don't wear pants and look like men. All right. Now, that's a very good point. There's some religions and some religious groups. That's right. Studs, the daggers. Right. Some religious groups say that women aren't supposed to wear pants because pants is a man's garment. It's a man's outfit.
You can hear the type.
Women taking on the persona of a man. That's right. But that's too soon. It's too far, brother. That's good. You on the trigger. Lesbianism not allowed. That's right. That's correct. But we ain't got to lesbianism yet. We ain't made it there yet. This is before you can even get on that highway. Yaquab, you got your hand up. You was going to say something, brother?
Colin on con, sir. Just for clarification, we doing Deuteronomy 22 and 5, right?
22 and 5. That's right.
Colin on con. Salaki, sir, if I may, is it pertaining to clothing?
That's right. We got laws about clothing. Can't wear the pants of the family. Okay, I think y'all fancy yourselves spiritual, huh? Y'all. I figure y'all to learn a thing or two or three. Okay. Well, it's many layers to an onion. You understand? Y'all, these are all good answers. But it says the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. How do we know what pertains to a man? How do we know?
Salakia, sir.
How do you know? How can we measure what a woman is supposed to do, what a man is not supposed to do? How do we know? Because the Scottish man, the women in Scotland wear skirts, and the men in Scotland wear skirts. How are we supposed to know? The Egyptians wore skirts, the men wore skirts, and the women wore skirts. So how are we supposed to know? Go ahead, Yaquab.
Salakia, sir, because our garments showed clear distinction between a woman and a man. We wore war garments.
Right. That's correct. But every article of clothing is not a garment, though. There's garments for ceremony. There's garments we wore to camp. There's things we wore to battle. But every garment is not for ceremony, like your work pants. You go to your slavery, that's not a garment. Your t-shirt, that's what fake Israelites don't understand. They figure that a garment is whatever you wear. Put fringes on the bottom of your damn basketball shorts. Fringes, baby doll tassels on your t-shirt, looking like a hula skirt. Damn Hawaiian woman. Everything you wear is not your garment. You understand? There's laws that give us specific, but how do we know what is for a man and what is for a woman? That's a very good thing. Throughout the Bible, it talks about skirts. Now, all right, and cut off the skirt. All right. So it does talk about things. Now, there are pants. I don't want to get too far. I just want to give it so we can move along. There are pants that are made for a man. These are good answers, y'all. It's written. That's right. There are pants that are made for a man. And there are pants that is made for a woman. You understand? Go ahead, Yaquab.
Slack, sir, if I could, I want to give it more. Is it the law about putting the fringes and the border of blue on a man's pants that separates it?
Well, the law is not on a man's pants because it doesn't say on the border just a man's pants. It says on the corners of thy vesture. Let's get that law. I see we covering laws tonight. So let's get vesture so we can pull up and see what the law actually says. All right. Let's pull it up.
You know what scripture goes to? It should be in Numbers.
Hold it. It's the same chapter. The Lord does say what you can and can't wear. He get real specific. He don't want nobody to guess.
Yeah, 22
Give me
verse
Deuteronomy. 12. All right, 22 verse 12. All right. Let's skip down to 22 and 12. Let's get the law. It's just further down. Just skip down a little bit. 22 and 12.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy.
Read it, Yaquab.
Come, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture.
The four quarters of thy vesture. You got to know about sewing and seam work. Quarters of thy vesture. Why does it say it's where two seams meet together? The bottom of your shirt is not where seams meet together. If you got two pieces of fabric or linen that go together, that's where you're putting the corners of thy vesture. You understand? Like on when you got the corners of your, damn. I'd have to go grab a garment. You ain't gonna see it. But the corners of your garment, down your arms, down your legs, where pieces and seam fabric meet together. The Native American tribes had it going down their legs along the seam and down their arms from their wrists, going down across the back of your shoulders, going across your shoulder blades, where two pieces with two seams are meeting together in the corners of the garment. You understand? All right. Shalom. Shemala thought she was shots. It's all right. That's correct. You got good answers. Wherewith, go ahead.
Wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Where you cover yourself. Right. Now, some religions say that's what that means. Some religions say that a woman is not supposed to wear pants. Fake Israelites say that. Jehovah's Witnesses say that. So, like, there are pants that are made for a woman that are not made for a man. You understand? There are shirts that is made for a woman. They don't ever make the argument about shirts. Since a man can wear a shirt, that means a woman, she shouldn't be allowed to wear a shirt either. Shirts are for men. So what's the woman supposed to wear? You understand? They got drawers for a man, and they got undergarments for a woman too. You understand? So because a man gets some underwear, that means a woman can't get none. Like the Lord gave us laws, and something about the wisdom from the Most High is He did not give us religion. He gave us real life things. Religions try to make what God gave us the power to do magical and religious, because the things that God said are a part of our spirit, and they're not compatible with the other nations of people. Christianity tries to make baptism religious, when the purpose for baptism originally was to wash your nasty behind, to get the sickness out, to get the dirt out, to get the filth out, to get the blood off, to get the whatever, to make sure that you didn't take your dirt, germs, bacteria, and filthy behind around other people before you cleaned yourself and your clothes and your sheets and whatever else may have become unclean because of what has happened in that area. Later on, they came up with sciences, and those sciences, from learning what we did by custom that the Most High gave us. Matazah, give me the Gentiles become a law unto themselves. Give me that in the New Testament. When they do by nature the things contained in the law. For generations, we were bred to keep God's laws. Those were the only people that stayed alive. That's why we started in Deuteronomy 4:4. There's no Egypt, there's no other nation of people. If you didn't do what the Lord said, you died. Your children died. You didn't get to make more people, they died. So eventually, the only people that were still alive is the people who would obey the Lord and keep the commandments. As time went on, we got wicked leaders that allowed you to not obey the Most High. And then we started to fall into captivity and learn the customs and the gods of the other nations. And before you know it, we have a seed of rebellion inside of us as a people, that it takes a godly, righteous leader to get us back on track. Otherwise, the heathen would have us indefinitely, because we would go to their culture, and then the Lord would stop protecting us and make them strong. You got what I'm looking for, Matazah? You still searching?
Sir, I have it.
Pull that scripture real quick.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 14. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law.
Right. When the Gentiles, meaning the Israelites, because this whole thing is talking about the nation of Israel. That's why I would say they don't have the law. This law that is talking about in the New Testament, Christ had to clarify. He said in Matthew 5:7, think not that I've come to destroy the law. I didn't come to destroy the law or the prophets. I came to fulfill and show you what they said was true. The Lord had sent them. The Lord sent me. I am continuing what God told them to tell you, that what I would do when I got here. But I'm not ending what God told them to say. I'm legit. They're legit. We were all sent by the Lord. So the law that is talking about is a physical priest coming to punish you if you are a woman wearing a man's clothes, trying to portray yourself like you are Lil Wayne, like you an uncle or a brother or a daddy or a father or a man or a boy. You are not allowed to take the first step in that direction,
which is to start to dress yourself like a boy. Someone is a measuring stick of, why is this little girl dressing like this? Come here, little girl. Who you seen dressing like this? I went to school and I seen Bob. Well, she told us to call her Big Chris, but her real name is Bobby when the teacher take attendance. But we be calling her Chris. Why do you call this little girl Big Chris? Oh, this how she dress. This big Chris. Does Big Chris call herself a boy? Sometimes she do, but we don't really pay it no attention. But sometimes she be getting no. Chris is a girl, and a woman, a female, is not even allowed to start to dress in a way that would make you, her, or anybody else think that this could be a boy. That I'm supposed to talk to you like a boy, treat you like a boy, dress you like a boy, respect your boyhood, your manhood. None of that. Before we even get on that highway, you aren't allowed to dress in a way that would confuse people as to what the hell you are. How does it get there? Mommy. That's how. Just remove the man. Because what mommy thinks is cute, it's going to take uncles and granddaddy and daddy to know that this is a problem. It don't look like anything to mommy. It's just cute to mommy.
It's cute to mommy.
Mommy's emotional. This gonna be mama baby no matter what. But there has to be somebody around that is not looking at everybody like your baby. It's got to be somebody around that's thinking about the sobriety and the serious things of the law. Precept, Titus, the 3rd chapter, that the aged men age not in your numbers, because wisdom standeth not in the length of gray hairs or in the number of years, that the aged men be sober, likewise, to think about things that are grave, that are important. Because if you start to let your little girls dress like little boys, then the demon will come in to help coach them into being little boys. You understand? Precept, Judah mourneth. The real Jews are in a state of mourning, sadness, sorrow, suffering. Why? And the gates, their protection, their leadership, their boundaries, their border, their security, language is weak, is falling down. It doesn't have power, it's not strong. And because of this, the cries of Jerusalem, the cries of the Jews, the cries have gone up. We're going to slow walk this. Start from the top again, Matazah. Hit it from the top. Salakia, I'm hitting mute, you hitting mute. Okay, now go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 2, verse 14. When the Gentiles, which have not the law,
When the Gentile. Hey, break it up. When the Gentiles who don't have a physical priest coming to punish you, who is looking throughout the city to see what is in violation of God's rules. Man, a real big reverb. Whose reverb is that? Is that you?
I believe that is me, other one.
Just turn it down a little bit.
I think that's you, Matazah. Okay, just turn it down a little bit. All right. Keep going.
Do by nature the things contained in the law.
It says do by nature, because these things contained in the law is the nature of a Black, Latino, or Native American. That's our nature. It's our nature to take care of the stranger that came from a place and we don't know. That's why when the white man came amongst us, it was so easy for him to enslave and kill us, He said, these are the best people that I have ever met in my entire life. Let's kill them. That's literally what the Columbus and the conquistadors said. Because we have a law that you're supposed to care for the stranger, feed him, relieve him, treat him like one that is born amongst you. But because centuries earlier, our people stopped serving the Lord, we start to try to have brotherhood and sisterhood with the other nations' people. God, and that's not wise. The Christian church removes the protection of God's wisdom that keeps us alive, like he said in Deuteronomy chapter 4. And then it teaches us to look at everybody the same, which is not what it says in the Bible. He said, the children of thy people, to whom pertaineth the covenant, the adoption, the giving of the law, the promises. All of that is just our family, race, nation of people. He gave us laws about how to treat the other nations of people. You understand? How to be civil with them, but they don't get the benefit of the doubt and the brotherhood and sisterhood that we are only supposed to show each other. And because we give it to them, like any natural resource, you run out of a resource. And then there's no love, compassion, forgiveness, patience, kindness, respect, honor rates of people. That God told us not to do that. You understand? So keep reading.
These having not the law.
They don't have a priest to come and police them, which is what the law means. Keep going.
Are a law unto themselves.
Themselves, they have a law. They have a law that they're going to circumcise their male children on their 8th day. They have a law that when a woman is on her monthly cycle, she's to be separated. Not supposed to deal with her. She's supposed to be in a separate place. That's what the Aztecs had. That's what the Mayans had. The Taínos had. The Inca had. That's how they knew left Spain with Christopher Columbus. That's how they knew they were looking for us. You understand? All right. So that's what it's talking about. It is our nature to be the children of God. But these religions that have been ingrained in us, they must be torn down and removed because we don't fit amongst them, and it makes God angry. Any more on that?
That's it, sir.
Most High in Christ. Yaquab, take me back Deuteronomy 22:5.
The book of Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
A woman isn't supposed to wear anything that pertains to a man. A man's shirt, a man's garment, a man's things of a man's stature and authority and position of power. A woman was never supposed to wear that. The thing that a woman was never supposed to sit as a judge to decide the matters of life and death. The Lord never wanted a woman to have the choice of life and death. This oppressor gave a woman the choice of who lives and who dies. And as a result, it has destroyed our children. It has destroyed our sisters. It has destroyed our brothers. God did not want you as a woman to have the power to make that decision. You understand? But someone in somebody's culture, they did want you to have that power. Hold that. We don't get it. I mean, merciless. Merciless murderers of children. The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1 in the Apocrypha. This is the consequence of taking, Salaki, it's not 5 and 1. Bear with me. Hold on. $12 and 5, Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon, 12 and 5.
Wisdom of Solomon.
See,
Chapter
these
12,
other
verse
nations,
5.
they did start at 4.
Come. Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 12, verse 4. Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft.
The Lord hated these other nations of people because they did witchcraft. What does God say witchcraft is? Keep reading.
And wicked sacrifices.
A wicked sacrifice. What does God say is witchcraft and a wicked sacrifice? What does God say? I want y'all to type in, answer this question. What does God say is a witchcraft and wicked sacrifice? You get ready to read it. Read it, Yaquab.
Verse 5. And also those merciless murderers of children.
This is a witchcraft and a wicked sacrifice. Is what?
And also those merciless murderers of children.
A murderer of children. God called that a witchcraft and a wicked sacrifice. This is talking about infanticide and abortion. Keep going. A murderer of a child.
And devourers of man's flesh.
They destroy the flesh of a man. You understand? To devour the flesh of a man. This was the customs of the other nations of people. Keep going.
And the feasts of blood.
They feast. They drink blood. They eat blood. A feast. A feast is a big gathering together to eat. They eat blood. They drink blood from animals and people. They eat people. You understand? That's called cannibalism. They have a soup in Asia called fetus soup, where they eat the soup of a baby. They eat the soup or the embryo of a baby, and they take and they put it into a soup and turn it into a stew, and it's called fetus soup. That's right, sister, abortion. That's right. You are not allowed to have an abortion. God does not give you permission to be a merciless murderer of a child. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 6. With their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew.
Idolatrous crew, meaning they have gatherings and they have religions and leaders. Many good horror stories are about praying and devouring children. You understand? Damn, I can't think of what's the name of that story. Ah, man. It was part 1 and part 2. Ethan Hawke was in the first one, and in the second one, the little boy failed. Where you videotaped it, they killed your whole family, and then the house was haunted. And the damn video, old world Assyrian and Babylonian customs and cultures of the people, just like hanging that goddamn Christmas tree that these silly Christian preachers teach you to do, while they say abortion is a woman's right to choose. You understand? No pastors preach, not Hansel and Gretel, is sinister. You understand? But Hansel and Gretel might be another one. attacking the children. You understand? So witchcraft. Keep reading.
And the parents
It's saying parents are doing this to their own children. This is abortion. You split that money, that cost, you go to Planned Parenthood and you kill that baby. You pay someone. God calls it witchcraft. God doesn't say you get a right to choose. You don't have a right to tell your woman to kill the baby. Your woman don't have a right to choose to do it on her own. You do not. God doesn't give you that right. Once you start to decide that you will kill your baby, that you will take rights from a people that teaches you to do something the opposite of what God said is your wisdom and your understanding, those people can now demean and degrade you as a people. They can now lower your status as a people. They created the eugenics movement to stop dark-skinned people from populating throughout the earth. Anyone that was not white. The white man has a problem genetically. He cannot reproduce himself like the rest of nature can reproduce. He can't make children like the Arabs and Africans and Asians and East Indians. He is an inferior genetic man. His reproductive organs are inferior. His white woman is infertile. Her reproductive organs are inferior to everyone across the rest of the earth. Europe is not making enough white people to continue their white race. And if anybody has sex with a white man or white woman, those children will not be white. The seed of them will be white according to their father, but the pure, pristine whiteness, the caucasity of it all will be diluted, and you'll end up like Meghan Markle. You won't be a Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Princess Cinderella no more. You're going to be a frosted covered white woman. You're going to be a gold white woman, a brown white woman, and they don't want that because that can't reproduce that whiteness no more. And they don't make up more children than the rest of the planet. That's why they got to travel and steal and kill, because God did not give them any resources. They set up a caste system based on skin color throughout the world because they were the unnaturally colored people on the planet. God did that that this is the man that sheds blood on the earth everywhere they go. That's why God did it. But of course, you won't have this wisdom if you in church thinking that Jesus Christ is a white man. So when Dylan Roof walks through the goddamn church, he'll be able to murder everybody because you think Jesus walked in. Why? Because the wisdom and the understanding that God gave us, the Christian church said it don't matter no more. So keep going. Where was read?
that kill with their own hands. That kill with their own hands.
Right. Killing with your own hands. A soul. God assigns life. You don't decide life. God makes life. God puts life inside of a woman. The man's seed fill out the request order, and God approves it by starting to form a baby inside of that mother for those 10 months, according to the Bible. You understand? Fertility procedures is fertility. Are you talking about in vitro or freezing your eggs, stuff like that? It's not a sin for you to freeze your eggs, no. But now, when you come, that's why it's very important to get counsel from the Most High about what you do, because two lesbians will go and take their egg and then go and get a damn sperm donor and create a baby, and you got two women pretending that one of them is the damn man, and ain't no man nowhere. Then the woman leave you while you pretend to be the man, and you a man, a woman pretending to be a man, with no rights to this child, and you on child support, and you a woman. It's a whole bunch of confusion. You understand? If that's what you're talking about, it's not unlawful, no. But you should get some counsel. Taking drugs to become pregnant, no. Fertility medicines and drugs, no, that's not unlawful, no. No, it's not unlawful. All right. A soul. God assigns a soul. The white man been trying to create life for the longest. God assigns a soul. All right. Keep going.
Destitute of help.
Destitute of help, meaning there's nobody to help them. That's an evil people that'll kill your baby, kill their own baby. A woman go to a doctor that's supposed to help her, and then the doctor is set up to kill the baby. Like, that's an evil thing. That's another reason why the Lord is going to destroy America. And also another reason why our sisters and our people are catching so much hell. You don't have the right to kill no baby. Give you the right to take no baby's life. It's a baby growing inside of somebody because the Lord started that. The Lord decided. You know how many people on the planet want to have a baby but cannot? Because the Lord did not give them one. Sarah was barren, and she entreated the Lord and asked for the Lord to open her womb so that she could. But if you follow the wisdom of another nation of people, they'll convince you, oh, you're not ready. Might be true, but still don't give you. You cannot undo life. The Lord give life. You understand? That's why the Bible says, we're talking about the wisdom. It says the lips of an enemy speaketh sweetly. All right. Speak nice and sweet. All right. Let's get that. Get that for me. Mataza.
It
Says the lips of an enemy, they speak sweetly. It's in the Psalms. Pull that.
Sir.
It's Proverbs and Psalms 1. Drawing the swords.
Proverbs, I believe, sir.
You got to read it.
Get into it, Shalaki.
Yeah. Okay. 55:21. I don't think that's it. It's a lie. An enemy speaketh sweetly. That's what it is. Where's Urash at? Where is it, Urash? An enemy speaketh sweetly.
Are you referring
speaketh
to
sweetly with his lips?
Karawakan, so you're talking about Psalms chapter 55, when it talks about
not drawing swords, not 55 or 21.
Then Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27:6, where it talks about the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
No, not that. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. That's what I want.
That might be in the Apocrypha.
I feel like it's Proverbs.
Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 16. And then also Proverbs. The one he wants also is in Proverbs chapter 26, verses 24.
Ecclesiasticus 12 is.
That sounds like it's about right.
Salaki, I have Proverbs 26.
What are you holding, Mataza? Let me hear it.
Come on. This is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 24.
Go ahead.
He that hateth dissembleth with his lips.
No, that's not it.
Salakia, sir. Salakia, sir.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Throughout it. What you got, Yaquab?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 16.
Yeah, Yaquab. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
An enemy speaketh sweet with his lips. This is why we don't do all that sweet talking here in the UPK. Come to learn the Bible, and you ain't hearing no sweet talk. The white man is the devil. Nothing sweet about that. You're going into slavery when Christ returned. We ain't doing sweet talking. There's no Santa, there's no Easter bunny. Can't have interracial marriage. God hates the white man. That ain't sweet talk. You get high, the Lord is going to kill you. No sweet talk about that. But an enemy will tell you, well, you're not ready. You're young. You don't have the money. How you going to take care of the baby? How you going to feed it? You can barely feed yourself. Is the father still around? You know you're not ready. You can have a family at any time. Now is not the time. Then you just have a baby. How you going to take care of another one? It's just a procedure. We'll make it all go away. Everybody makes a mistake. Sounds nice and sweet. You're here for your consultation. I understand this can be a very trying time, and we want to make this as smooth as possible. And, you know, it's your right. It's health care. And we want to make sure that as many women as need this type of care, and to no, you are killing your baby. Killing the baby. You shouldn't be comfortable killing the baby. It shouldn't make you feel good about murdering the baby. It shouldn't make you feel calm about murdering the baby, because there's almost no sisters, very few sisters that ever feel good about having that damn abortion after they have it. Right. Get your money first. You got to go and you're gonna miss out on school. An enemy speaks sweetly with their lips. Somebody always got something nice and sweet to say. That's not us in the UPK. You know, we love the hell out of y'all. We ain't doing a whole bunch of goddamn sweet talking in here. But the pastor speaks sweet. Jesus is sweeter than sweet and sweetest. That's not what Jesus is in the Bible, though. You understand? But that's correct. That's the scripture I'm looking for. Now, let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 22. You understand? All that sweet talking, we've come to associate sweet talking and feeling good with God. We've come to associate how we feel with that means the Lord is there. Speaking of the Lord is there. All of that gospel music and all of that damn singing. Give me that gospel music, Mataza. I'll hold it. We going to a bombshell. Hold on to it. All that goddamn gospel, sweet worship, sweet hallelujah, Jesus, hitting all the high notes. Your favorite sodomite singing all the songs, Big Mama crying, everybody swearing to God. It destroys a woman's body. It prevents her from having future children. It damages her altogether, and it damages your kids. You think your kids don't know mommy pregnant? And now you're not? Well, where's the baby? They grow up to find out, well, if mommy had enough money, she would have killed me too. Why in the hell would your kids ever listen to you? Why wouldn't they grow up and shoot everybody in Portsmouth and Richmond? Why wouldn't they? Right. If you had enough money, you would have killed me. But you were too poor. You couldn't afford it. You couldn't afford the Uber ride to the goddamn abortion clinic. That's why I'm still alive. Well, you know what? You understand? This evil got to stop. But it has to be called evil first. You understand? Yaquab, take me back where you were.
Come on. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
No, start from the top. Start from the top.
Salaki, come. Book of Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
This idea and notion that a woman is free to wear whatever she wants, she is supposed to know clearly that this is a man's clothes, this is a man's outfit. Do I look like a man? Will people think this? I am a man. Why do I want to wear this man's clothes? Why do I want to wear some? I remember there was a time, generations ago, depending on how young you are, you may have never heard this because everything got so watered down in the black community. They would say, that's for girls. That's for boys. That looked like a boy. That looked like a man. I'm not wearing that. That looked like a man. You should put the sweater on. No, that's a girl's sweater. I'm not wearing that girl's sweater. These pants, no, them look like girls' pants. Those are girls' socks. It don't matter. You just wear whatever. Then I remember somewhere that the standards was completely gone. You understand? People started wearing pajamas to school. Then they started wearing slippers to school. Then it was like what the hell is going on? You just woke up, rolled out of bed, and you went to school. You didn't get dressed, didn't brush your teeth or shower. You understand? You at school in your night clothes. Sidebar: a sister just got arrested and kicked off a Spirit flight because she wearing the wrong goddamn clothes on the flight. She got some box hugger pants on, tight all up into her damn tail, trying to ride the airlines, and they put her off the plane. And she like, what's the big deal? She don't understand that there's a dress code, that there is someone who dictates to you what you can and cannot wear. Someone above you. You don't have the final say. It don't matter if you're comfortable in your body or not. It don't matter what shape you are. It don't matter how old you are. If you are a woman, there is an authority over you. That authority is put there by God. Removing that authority gets you killed, gets you missing, gets you hurt, gets you used, gets you abused. I've worn PJs to school, but did because it was pajama day. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I hate you, sis. It's all right, but you understand that's why. But a woman, there's a boundary for a woman, and that's in the law. Starting to remove the boundaries that the Lord has set up. How do you find out what's for a woman? Men tell you. That's how you know. Right. Brothers dressed feminine, got called alternative. Yes. And then, thanks to Cameron, brothers start wearing pink. And then brothers with pink don't match anything. Give a damn what you got. Pink matches nothing. Nothing but black and other pink. And then over time, they started to make pink shoes with gray in it. Then pink and gray started to match. Then they made pink stuff with blue in it. Then pink and blue started to match. Those colors don't match in kindergarten. When you learn how to color and the color wheel, they don't go together. Now, it's not a sin to wear them together. You understand? But gradually, the barrier and the guidelines for everything just disappeared. A woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man. Keep going.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's
goddamn skinny jeans. Lil Wayne had brothers. Lil Wayne had brothers wearing them tights, wearing them leggings. He started that. And them skinny jeans. Them skinny jeans are not masculine. They're not masculine. Rappers started to teach brothers to wear pants hanging off your behind. Pants hanging off your behind and sagging was prison culture. You understand? was pants hanging off your behind so that other inmates could see the crack of your behind and know that you were open for the taking, that you were a boy. You understand? That you were available so that other men could go now and try to have sex with you. That's where that came from. And stupid rappers made it popular to do that. And then prison culture got filtered into regular society. Why? Because there wasn't no more boundaries in the house. Entertainers started to decide what was right and what was wrong. And this was done strategically. Go ahead, Yaquab.
Salaki, sir, Khan, if I could. Also, what
Nice
pushed that on them? Also, what pushed that on them was those rock and rollers wearing them jeans that only came up half, like what Prince used to wear. They get it from that culture too. And if you remember, skateboarders was the ones that came out with the skinny jeans that couldn't pull over the butt.
Yes.
Those were the ones Wayne started wearing.
The skin tight clothes. A Dutch, European, white boy punk rocker, multicolored hair. All of a sudden, niggas is dyeing their hair, dyeing their dreads, pink, yellow, gold, purple, just like gay white men from Europe, wearing skin-tight clothes, just like gay white men from Europe, popping pills, just like gay white boy rockers from Europe, eating their families' pain medicine, their Oxycontin and Vicodin and codeine and aspirin medicine, just like alternative lifestyle white boys from Europe, putting needles into your vein, shooting up, just like white boys from Europe, smoking bongs, all of the culture that the white boys took from other races of people as the white man traveled the world, stealing from everybody, painting your nails green and black and blue, just like gay white men from Europe. You understand? That's who you started to pattern your life after, because Christian preachers failed to give you your culture.
Right.
This came with integration. Smoking weed, LSD, PCP, cocaine, crack, meth. That's how the German soldiers was able to stay awake for 3 and 4 days at a time. They were insane drug addicts. The white boy introduced that lifestyle. A woman supposed to be a princess with her princess dress and get her nails painted and her face all colored up and dolled up and shiny and showing off her feet and her toes and all her heels and her outfit and her jewelry all everywhere and all of that. That was a woman's culture. But taking the culture of the other nations of people, now you got metrosexualism. Man ain't sure. Well, it don't matter. If I want to color my nails, I'll do it. If you want to wear women's socks, you can do it. If, the damn drug dealers wearing a woman's cardigan, some goddamn sweater shirt with the damn rope around there. Then came the man purses. They got niggas in heels now. Niggas wearing skirts now. All of that. Coloring their nails now. You understand? A woman can't have nothing. Before it ever makes it to this point, to further erode away our society, God gave a boundary so that you never even got on this highway that a man was not free to wear anything that made you think this was a woman. There was a clear definition of what a man and a woman and a girl can wear. It was a clear definition. Keep reading, Yaquab.
For all that do
You got to be
so,
ready, brother. Come on with it.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord, unto the Most High thy power.
A woman dressing to make you think she is a man, God called that an abomination. A man dressing to make you think that he is a woman, God called that an abomination. You aren't free to dress however you want. That's against God. And your culture, see, around the world, the East Indian man wear the same dress as women wear. He got on a skirt, the woman got on a skirt. The Arab man, I mean, they wear the same dress, the East Indian man. The Arab man dress is a little different from the woman man dress. You understand? But the East Indians in Asia, they wearing the same skirts. You understand? God put a difference between a man and a woman. The other nations of people, they don't always have a clear difference between a man and a woman. The white man show up to Asia, he want to take the little boy and dress it up as a girl. The damn Arabs take a little boy. You know what Muhammad called little boys in the Quran? For all of you got Muslim friends, he called the little boys virgin pearls. That's what he called a little boy. Not a warrior, not a young brother, not a young lion, the way the Bible calls a young man, or a lion's whelp, a young lion roaring, trying to get his claws together, trying to get strong and box and get powerful, full of life and vigor. No, that ain't what they call a little boy over there. They call him a virgin pearl. You understand? Them Arabs do nasty and terrible things to little boys and grown men and grown women. Any of your girlfriends tell you about some trip to Dubai, everybody getting flown out to Dubai and all expense paid trips, they sisters going to Dubai getting Birkin bags and rich, and the damn Arabs is taking a dump on them. Like you go to the bathroom and relieve yourself when it's time to make a bowel movement. They getting paid so that the Arabs, rich men that have our oil from the Middle East that we don't control because we took on Islam and Christianity and Egyptology when we were in our homeland. And now the other races of people have all the riches that belong to us. But with that wealth that we are supposed to have, they take that money and then they give it to our sisters while they pull their pants down and pee and take a dump on them for money. You understand? You see, when you get rich, what we are supposed to do with our wealth, our spirit and nature is supposed to be different from another nation of people. When Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump get $1 billion, they want to go kidnap little children and have sex with them on the island. They don't want fields of greens and strawberries and take care of the poor and be the powerful, righteous ruler, feeding the neighborhood, feeding the city. All my people straight, I'm taking care of the neighborhood. They don't want that. They want to starve people, hurt people, abuse people, violate people, make people grovel and beg and degrade themselves. This is why God told us don't ever join another race of people. Don't marry another race of people. Don't allow them amongst you. Don't keep their company. Don't reverence their gods. God gave us wisdom because he knew what they were all over our communities, and our sons and daughters is going missing all over the country. You understand? That's why the Lord said, this is our wisdom and our understanding. Let's get some more. Let's skip some more. All right. Bear with me. Let me see. We're going to skip down to verse 22. We're going to skip down to verse. Damn. Oh, this is so good. Shit. Hold on. Now we got to bypass that. Skip me down to No, we can't. We got to do it. Give me verse 13. Matazah, give me verse 13. Let me hear how you sound.
Salaki, sir, I was holding a different verse. What I know we're in Deuteronomy. What chapter is it?
Oh, Salaki, what you holding? What you holding?
Amos 5 and 23.
Oh, damn, we almost forgot about the Sodom. Okay. We're going to have to come back to Amos 5 and 23. We're going to come back to it. But before that,
hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
Shalom, Israel, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And you know what time it is. It's the Lord's 57th annual Passover. And it's going to be held in Houston, Texas on April 4th. Don't forget, bring your family, bring your friends, because this is going to be the time that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans can come under one roof in one house and to serve the Lord. It's that time. $200 per person. Don't forget, over the age of 17. Don't forget the Lord's Passover. It's coming.
Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden, the chosen bow down and
54th annual 57th annual Passover coming up. Make sure you do your registration, pay your Passover fees, $200, everybody, 17 and up. You understand? Most High in Christ, all right? So let's continue where we were. We want to go now to, damn. Give me what you got with the songs first, Mataza. Give me the songs.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 23. Take away from me the noise of thy songs. Salaki.
See, the Lord does not want to hear any song. Yeah, you. Why does he say take thou? Meaning because you singing a song to me. Rap music is not dedicated to God. R&B is not dedicated to God. Blues and jazz, southern rap, that ain't dedicated to God. Praise and worship music is dedicated to God, but it's not going to the Most High. The Lord said, I don't want to hear you singing me those songs because you don't do a damn thing that I say. Donnie McClurkin, yet the latest in the blackety black preacher, super Jesus sanctified world, hit with the same nasty alternative lifestyle sexual allegation lawsuit, just like Tyler Perry, that he was hitting on some white boy, trying to turn the white boy into his girlfriend. Well, Donnie McClurkin got hit with some lawsuit. The damn children's church and the men's outreach and some man alleged Donnie McClurkin with sexual misconduct and all kind of vile sexual nastiness that he apparently did not want to have with Donnie McClurkin, who was his spiritual advisor. Well, he got a lawsuit going on against Pastor Donnie McClurkin now. All of this goddamn singing got to stop. The Lord wants the songs to stop so that you will stop getting high off the music and realize all the hoeing and all the goddamn LGBT alternative lifestyle getting slung around because you singing these stupid songs, ignoring that it's a man dressed like a woman with his nails done, hitting all your favorite notes. You understand? We got to wake up from this. Without them damn songs, you wouldn't be getting robbed by the preacher. You get high off the music and think God is there. God doesn't want you to associate music with him. God wants you to associate doing what the hell he say with him. You understand? So that was it on that. All right. We've been associating singing with being close to God. And when we open the Bible, none of the things that God said to do, our people know about. God said, don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We eat it and pray in the name of Jesus and then die. Foot fall off, knees stop working, fibroids swelling up, thyroid swelling up. Why? Shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, digestive tract shutting down. That's our wisdom. Bypassing that to go ahead and sing a damn song and then disobey the Lord just to die. You understand? It shouldn't be this way. All right, so take me back to Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 13. This is the things that make us wise, so that the other races of people would see this and say, oh, they wise. These people got their God close to them. We praying to a goddamn statue. They pray, and then our village floods. We need that reputation because that is what will protect us. If you don't have the Lord's protection of a terrible power, then you'll have a God that accepts anything. They can abuse you, rob you, and take whatever they want. Before you know it, they'll be on top and we'll be on the bottom. Keep going.
Okay, sir. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 13. If any man take a wife,
if a man take a wife, this is very important. It's a ton of confusion as to what a wife is. Why? Because the rules that God gave us about what makes you a wife, we'd have been taught those rules is done away with. A man takes a wife. The only way that you get to become a wife is with a man. If you are a woman with another woman, you are not a wife. She is not a wife. You understand? It's not possible. What makes you a wife is the scripture get ready to tell you. Keep going.
And go in unto her.
It's a specific action that is being done that makes you a wife. A man take a wife and go in unto her. He's going inside of this woman. Now, this woman has become a wife. That's how it's done. This is what God said marriage is. Not a ring, not paperwork, not a song, not an Instagram post, not a party, not a reception. This is what God said is marriage. Keep going.
And hate her.
Now, after you've gone, a man have sex with a woman and hate her. He don't like her anymore. He hate her now. You understand? Now it's going to get specific about this situation. Pay attention. Keep going.
Verse 14. And give occasions of speech against her.
He speaks evil against this wife that he went and had sex with her now, and now he speaks evil against his wife. There should be a reason you speak evil of your brothers and sisters. You aren't allowed to just say all manner of evil for no reason. The Bible, again, you remember last week in class where the brother told the Lord that I swear whoever come out of my house, as soon as I get home, if you let me defeat these enemies, I'm going to kill him and sacrifice it to you. And then he got home and his daughter run outside. Daddy, Daddy, you're home. Shalom, shalom, Daddy. He's like, oh my God. No, why did you do this? Damn it. Well, what you say matters. And we have a culture of people where everyone says any and everything, and nobody takes into account or the severity of what you say.
Right.
You understand? Man or woman. And it's too many women running their goddamn mouth in the earth. This is a major problem. All this goddamn freedom of speech is not godly. Men and women, you're not allowed to say whatever you want, but especially women. You're allowed to say whatever you want. That has put everybody in a bind. You understand? Some of you saying things that's destroying your children. Sisters destroying their children by what they say. You don't realize you're going to turn your daughter into a whore or your son into a drug dealer because of what you say out of your mouth. That's why you got to come into the truth, so that a priest of the Lord that is not a sweetheart, that is not a gentleman, will help you understand to shut your goddamn mouth. We don't speak sweetly with our lips, because I'm not your enemy. You understand? Keep going.
And bring up an evil name upon her.
And bring an evil name upon her. Meaning he's saying this woman got an evil name. What is the evil name? Is he called? No. A name is slang. It's talking about an evil reputation. What is the evil reputation that he's going to say about this woman that he just had sex with that's now his wife? Something wrong. Keep going.
And say, I took this woman.
Pause. And say, comma. This is how you know in the scripture that the evil name is not just him saying this woman is a bitch. This woman is a monster. She's a dragon. This broad don't listen. She's hard-headed. That's not what this is saying. This is the evil name, meaning the evil reputation. Just like when it says in the name of Christ, it's not talking about saying Jesus over and over like Candyman or Beetlejuice or Bloody Mary. It's talking about the reputation of Christ. That's the name that we say. Nobody else is in the reputation of Christ because they don't serve Christ, they don't know Christ, they don't follow Christ. So that's what the scripture specifically is talking about. Everybody understand? Everybody, y'all give me ones if y'all understand. Keep going, Batazar.
I took this woman.
Meaning I took her. I've been talking to her. I've been dealing with her. Taking her does not mean you find her on the street and you snatch her up. Because that's how heathens get a woman. You see her, she beautiful. You bust her upside the head. You chase her down the street. You throw a blanket or coat over her. You throw her in the back of the van. Bam, we married now. That's how heathens operate. The only people who has a rule that you can't just go snatch up a woman and then have sex with her and say you married when she's saying, no, stop, get off of me. No, that's not marriage. Something special coming for you, but that ain't marriage. And the scripture is going to say what you get, the special prize that you get for snatching women up. But that's not what this is talking about. He says, when I took this woman, keep going.
And when I came to her.
Meaning when I had sex with her, keep going.
I found her not a maid.
Said I found her not a maid. She wasn't a maid. Meaning she wasn't a woman. She was something else. Does that mean she's not a female? Let's find out. Keep going. That's not what it means.
Verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel.
Why does it say the father of the damsel? Because that father matters. The only reason that all of this here matters and means so much is because of this father. And you get ready to find out. Keep going.
And her mother.
And her mother. Why does it say the father and her mother? Because the evil name against this daughter is your reputation. The parents' reputation. And without understanding all of this, everybody, I'm my own individual person. I'm my own man. I'm my own woman. We all do our own thing. Everybody spent no. You are a continuation of a people that has already been here. The only stupid people on the planet where everybody think they're a goddamn individual and is free to do whatever the hell they want their own special way, those are the people that you can rob. That's us. Your daughter is a continuation and a reflection of you. And if you raise a shameless, disrespectful, unrespectable daughter, that reflects on you and the nation. Keep going.
Take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity.
The tokens of the damsel's virginity. In our culture of old time, the token of the damsel's virginity is talking about the bed sheets. During the marriage time in our culture, there was a time, of course, this time is long gone. You understand? But our culture, which we will be going back to our culture. Once Christ returns, we're going back all the way to our culture. That's why the scriptures say, learn, study to show thyself approved, rehearse the righteous acts. You understand? When a man went to go and marry a woman, she is a woman that has never been with a man. And the first time that she is to be penetrated, she would have bloody bed sheets. You understand? This is a part of the ceremony. The mother and father would have the tokens of the virginity as a receipt that, yes, my daughter was pure, was untouched. She was a maid when I gave her to you. Keep going. She has not had sex with other men and boys. She ain't been out there all throughout middle school and high school having sex with everybody. You understand? The parents have a responsibility, which is another lost art. Now everybody let the kids do whatever the hell they want. They want to shoot somebody. They want to have a baby, want to have sex, have an abortion, run away, get high, change their gender, change their hair, get all kind of nonsense going on. And everybody's just free to do whatever they want. While companies get billions of dollars and our people suffer with all kinds of illnesses, all kinds of diseases, all kinds of problems, and the other nations of people who do not care will sell a lifestyle that they will get rich and we will be destroyed because God called them the beast of the field. You understand? Just like a wolf doesn't care what happens to the family of the sheep that it's going to eat. The wolf don't give a damn. A lion doesn't care about the gazelle. He's getting ready to rip that throat out and start to eating the rib cage. Break it down with his family. He don't care about you and your family because he's a beast. We are the people that care about other people and their family. That's not natural to other nations of people. You understand? That's our culture because we are the ones that God wants to be in charge of everybody. The tokens of the damsel's virginity to the elders, the senior men of the gate. Why is it saying they taking it to the elders? Why do they go to the elders? Because maintaining the city is not the responsibility of the politicians. Maintaining the communities and the houses and the neighborhood and the sons and the daughters in your homes, in your streets, in your fields, that is the responsibility of the men. That's why they tell you what is a woman's clothing and what is a man's clothing. They tell you what is the judgment for this. They tell you where you can and cannot go. What is the rate, how much it costs. You cannot be with this woman. You cannot be with this man. She is off limits. He is off limits. They die. You pay this. You pay that. They get this. They get that. We're going to war. This issue gets solved this way. There must be men empowered to rule the community. If you remove a man from power over his daughter will have sex with anyone. that she chooses, which sounds like a good thing until you take a look over the decades when the father is not deciding who can and cannot have sex with his daughter. You'll find out that the daughter ends up having sex with men who don't like her, who don't want to make a family with her, who don't want children with her, who don't want to answer the phone when she calls the next time, who don't want that feeling that you thought you had that feeling because of these words that you were being told so they could have sex with you. And then afterwards, the number changed. Your Instagram is blocked. Your Facebook is blocked. The buddy, all his buddies laughing at you now. Everybody know all the things you did. This is the wisdom that the Lord gave us. Now, you don't know who the hell your kids are. Who the hell knows the teenagers? We go to the court, mama in the courtroom saying, that ain't my son. My baby ain't done that. He's a good boy. That's a good girl. She not perfect. Ma'am, we got your daughter connected to 3 shootings, 2 homicides, and 4 robberies. Right. Not my daughter. Not my baby. No. What did you do? Why they saying you shot all them people? Mama, your son is shooting everybody. Mama don't know. Why? She don't believe it. Why? Because you got strangers in your house. How did we become strangers to our own families? We let another race of people raise us. We don't have a culture that makes us together. We go to school and learn politics. The politics about light skin versus dark skin. The politics about Pledge of Allegiance. The politics about the white man's history of him robbing and stealing everybody. The politics about what's the proper way to speak according to a white man, his English, his science, his biology, his mathematics. You fill your entire soul up, and when it comes to learn about God, you learn about the white man's God or the Arab's God. Nothing that you're being taught is about who we are supposed to be as a nation of people. As a result, you don't know who the hell is in your house. Sisters on Facebook now saying, y'all, I don't know what to do with my teenager. This boy, he don't listen. This girl, she don't listen. She come in and out the house. She don't go to school. She be gone for a couple of days. She be bringing her boyfriend in there. I done fought this BIT. I done fought her. I done beat her. I done whooped her. I don't know what to do. You understand? In Virginia, parents is turning their kids over to the state. Found out about that a couple of years ago. Just saying, you go ahead and take this one. You know, it ain't gonna work. Y'all got it. I'm moving to Pennsylvania. Y'all can have this and just roll on out. Everything starts to fall apart if there's no boundary, if there's no border, if there's no one wearing the pants, if that man is not in charge and in authority, everything starts to fall apart. Women go to school to fill their lives with something. A degree is not wrong. A career is not wrong. An education is not wrong. We've never been the uneducated people in the earth. We've never been the people where the women didn't do anything. All of that is a white woman's life. That was never our fight. That was never the life that our sisters lived. But to circumvent the life that the Lord set up for our sisters have married themselves to the empire, to the career, to the job, to the degree, to the education, to the pursuit, to being the battery that this place drains in order to keep going. But now it's time for the empire to start to consolidate itself because it's about to end. Donald Trump come in and pull the plug on everything. Nursing ain't a real career no more. All these independent women business grants is gone. You understand? He taking all of these things away because it's time for us to wake up and come back to our culture The planet is about to be. That's what time we in. Damn, I ain't froze, did I?
So I guess, sir.
Yeah, give me 15. No, Salaki. 16.
Come. Verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders.
The damsel's father is going to speak to the elders. Why? Because this is his reputation. This is his daughter. His continuance. Yeah. All right, let's give it a moment. It's saying I'm a little choppy. All right. Everybody, I'm gonna speak just for a little bit. Everybody, give me a 2. If you hear me, if you can hear me clear, give me a 2. If you can't hear me, give me a 1. If I'm breaking up and I'm sounding choppy, y'all give me a 1. But if I'm clear, give me a 2. I just want to do this before we keep going. All right. I'm clear, give me a 2. All right. So give me a 1 if I'm breaking up and if I'm choppy, but if I'm clear, give me a 2. All right. Let's put that in there. All right. Just let me know. We're gonna do that before we go on a little bit. All right. All kinds of things. We just want to make sure everything is decency and in order. We're gonna get to it. All right. 2, I'm clear. Everything looks breaking up and choppy. Let's give it a moment. I get 2s. All right, Most High Christ. Are we good to go? 2s, I'm clear. All right, 2s, everybody. 2s all around. All right, go ahead, Mataza. Give me 16.
Come on, so you can start from the top.
Yeah, please.
Come on. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders.
That bad name and reputation reflects on that father. A woman must be made to know that her actions reflect on someone besides herself. It reflects on someone besides yourself. It's not just you and yourself and your body. A woman, a daughter, you are a possession to your father. That's why the father gives his daughter a possession under his care, his watch, his correction, his tutelage, to raise her up and to make sure the environment of the city, of the council, all of these things is what a group of men make sure. That's why this father is answering for his daughter, because he raised this daughter in his house, and how his daughter is talked about and the things his daughter does is a reflection of him and his reputation. So the defeat the patriarchy might say, the feminists might say, well, that's so misogynistic. And what about me and my reputation and my name and what I think and what I feel and my body and my choice? Well, let's examine that. Let's play devil's advocate for a moment. This father, his name and his reputation is for a number of reasons. The elders in the city who run the city are there for a number of reasons. Reasons that you may not realize why your life was so dangerous growing up. Because there aren't men in power and authority that obey the Lord, that run the city that you live in, that you grew up in. Philly and Richmond and Baltimore, Roanoke, Pittsburgh, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Franklin. There are not men of the Lord with power and authority that run your city. Those men of power and authority run the city so that nobody can come and take anybody's daughter out of the city. Nobody is free to come and go, period, in the city. That's why it said, where does he bring them? Where do they bring the tokens of the virginity? Where do they bring them at? At the end of verse 15. I want you to make sure that you're paying close attention to all of the words that's in the scripture, brothers and sisters. Where do these tokens of the damsel's virginity go? Read that last part after from tokens of the damsel's virginity. Where do they go?
Unto the elders of the city in the gate.
Verse 15. The elders of the city, where?
In the gate.
In the gate. Do you know why there's a gate around your city? Because when there is no gate around your city, there are no strong men that run your city to make sure brothers don't come from another city or from another house and have sex with you and get you pregnant and then leave you and you struggle to raise the kids by yourself. There are men in that city that will make sure that men from other city know you don't come have sex with nobody and leave from here. You don't kidnap anybody in our city. You don't bring drugs in our city. You don't come and tell our sons to join your gang in our city, because our city will leave this city and go to war against your city. That's a gate. That's how you never become homeless. That's how you never become starving. That's how you never end up doing dates to try to get food. That's how you don't end up on the internet trying to get a crowdsourcing to get food. Y'all are about to get out of a gate has a level of protection and safety. And strong men of the Lord don't rule the city. There is no gate. There is no protection. There's no boundaries. Any and everything goes. You don't know what can happen. Everything can happen. Every experience you can have. You understand? Once you remove that, the way that the Lord set up, you're not on your own. You don't end up on your own. You can't, because there's a city that you come from where people there are responsibility, remove the protection and the order that the Lord set up. So now it's every man for himself. But that's not the way that the Lord set life up. All right. So now give me 16. The damsels,
so you want me to start? You want me to start back from the top?
Father shall say unto the elders,
Khan, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife.
Meaning the father. That's why it's saying when it say he took her, this does not mean he snatched up off the street, because the father said, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife. This ain't a stranger. She didn't meet him at the All-Star weekend. She didn't meet him at Labor Day weekend. They didn't exchange numbers and then skip school to go back to the crib while I was at work. I gave this man my daughter to wife, to marry. I gave her away. Why? Because she was my possession. You understand? Keep going.
And he hateth her.
And now he hate her. He say he hate her. Why does he hate her? What is hate? Keep going.
Verse 17. And lo,
And look now, I gave him my daughter to marry, and now he hate her. And this is what's going on. Keep going.
He hath given occasions of speech against her.
On. Sound went out.
Come, sir. He hath given occasions of speech against her. Salakia, sir, did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Come, sir. He hath given occasions of speech against her. Nothing. Salakia, maybe I'm reading too loud. Can you hear me now? I don't want.
Okay. Can y'all hear Mataza? Because I can't hear it.
Kata Wakan, sir, we can hear Awesome Taza Korah just fine. And the chat is also saying
I got
that
one
they can.
person said I can hear. I got one. The water. Zarakar, quick on the trigger. All right. Okay, they can hear him, but I can't hear you. All right. All right. Says he found the daughter not a maid, meaning she's already been with another man. That's what he's saying. But now they bring in the tokens of the virginity and spread the cloth. They see the bloody bed sheet, and now the elders of the city can make this determination because they run in the city. And this father is stating his case. This man talking evil against my daughter like it's something wrong with my daughter. Like I don't know how to raise a daughter. You understand? The father mad as hell because this man that he gave his daughter to is now speaking evil against her. Keep going. Give me 18.
So verse 18. And the elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him.
They're going to take that man and check the hell out of that man. They're going to chastise him. They're going to take him and chastise him. You understand? He's going to be punished for that. Keep going.
Verse 19. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver.
They're going to fine him. He's going to be fined 100 shekels of silver. Keep going.
And give them unto the father of the damsel.
Give him unto who?
The father of the damsel.
Now, they given to the father of the damsel. Who is not getting the money of that fine? See if y'all pick that up. Who's not getting that money? They're going to the father of the damsel because this is that father's reputation on the line. Go ahead, Yaquab. Come on with it.
The brother that made the accusation isn't getting the money.
He ain't getting the money. He the one that's being forced to give up money. That's right, DeBar. The daughter. The daughter is not getting the money. The wife. Hold up, sis. Ain't no ex-wife. The daughter, yes, that wife. Ain't no ex-wife. Ain't no getting out of this. This nigga's trying to find a way to get out of being married to this woman. That's why he's speaking evil against her. He's trying to say this wasn't no good woman I got here. But they got the tokens of her virginity because it goes to the father. This is a receipt. I gave this untouched woman to you to marry. You don't get to throw her away now. They're going to chastise you. They're going to check you. You're going to be thoroughly, you understand, dealt with properly, and you're going to pay a fine so that you watch your goddamn mouth and get your mind right. Because you aren't allowed to say whatever the hell you want just because you feel a certain way. This man lied on that sister.
That's right.
That she'd already been with another man so that he could try to find a way to get out of having to keep that sister. You don't want to know more. You want to give her back. You want to get rid of her. That's why it's written in the law. Why is it written in the law? Because if it isn't a bunch of fathers in charge of the neighborhood, then every nigga in the zip code is going to come and have sex with your daughter. And then they're going to leave. And then you'll all end up raising babies by yourself because he don't want to have sex with you anymore. Unless there is men that run the city that will beat your head and fine you for lying on a sister. They're going to stand up for her. They're going to check into the matter. It's a serious accusation. That's right, sister. This is a serious accusation. He ain't thinking about what's going to happen to the sister. He don't give a damn.
Right.
For one reason or another. He figured this is a small matter. And sex is not a small matter to the Lord. It is permanent. You understand? Keep reading.
Because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel.
This not only is an evil name or an evil reputation or an evil accusation upon a virgin. A virgin is a young woman or a woman of marriageable age, of childbearing age, not a baby. This is an actual grown woman that's ready to be married, that's been given away by that father, everything done right and proper, and he opened his mouth to say evil against her, like you hear all the time. All your rappers, all of everybody, you hear them all the time. Man, I don't like this beat. I don't mess with her no more. Nah, she old news. We don't deal with her no more. You understand? I pass it to the bros. Send it to the homies. She bad and boozy. Started your dog, put her in an Uber, send her home. Send her back to her man. You can be with your man. I ain't trying to stop you. You mad because I hit your baby mama. You understand? I hate my baby. No. You had sex with her. This is permanent. The Lord is not going to let anybody out of this. Because none of the virgins or the daughters of Israel just give it up for no reason. None of the daughters of Israel go and marry a man after they've already had sex with another man. That's not community tale. That's not busted open sexy red. That's not do it for the gram. This ain't sliding down the pole. This ain't it's some hoes in this house. My wop, wop, wop. No, these is princesses. You don't just run through them and throw them back and send them back home. Brother. That's an evil thing that you did, and you need to understand how evil and horrible, not just what you did to the sister, what you did to the that says, oh, they got hoes over there.
That's right.
What they say? Where the hoes at? Oh, the hoes, they over there. West Guy, what's the name? Over there. They all over there. That's where the hoes at. Right there. Yep, that's where we headed. That's where I'm headed. That's where we match. We head over there to Westgate. We hold them down the terrace. We headed over there off MLK. You know they be over there. Before you know it, your neighborhood is the whole neighborhood. You live in the neighborhood where all the hoes is at. where you can have sex with a woman and throw her away, get her pregnant and leave her with the baby, pass her around to the homeboys. It's a joke. You just pass her around and throw her around. Nah, that's a serious crime and a horrible accusation, and it's not true. And you not only, you will destroy the nation, you'll destroy the sisters, you'll destroy her. You could get her killed if these men that run the city are not on their goddamn job. You get ready to find out what happens if it's true. Keep reading.
And she shall be his wife.
And this is your wife, and you're going to stay with her, and you're going to deal right with her, and you're going to pay this fine, and you better watch your goddamn mouth, because you could stain the reputation of the city, of all of our daughters, of all of our sisters, of all of our mothers, of this father whose daughter you with. You realize what you're saying? You realize what you did? Now he got to be made to understand the errors of his ways. Now, give me verse 20.
Con. But
on the contrast to if he's saying something, and it is true that the father didn't know that his daughter was hoeing, that she already had sex with another man or another boy or somebody else. And this father is thinking, I'm giving away my daughter to right and upstanding to this man that is going to be the only man that she has been with. Now, this brother gets scammed. That's why sisters is having so much trouble in the world. I can't find a man. Well, when I was my 20s and my early 30s and this and my 30s, we was having fun, and we would do casual hookups, and I can get guys to look at me and have a man to have sex with me and friends, and I'm just living my life, and my friends were getting married and this and that. But now we're all the guys, we're all the men. Come find us. We did a singles mixer. We're all the men. We hit a couples thing. We're all the men. I signed up on the dating apps. We're all the men. You've hold yourself out. The evil reputation that the daughters of Israel will now have, because you've been busting it open since you was 13 in middle school, and everybody know, and everybody been with you. Now, the thing that you trying to make something special with somebody, you've done with plenty of other people, and you made yourself not special anymore. But you still want the benefits of being special and be born again and learn how to live life all the way over. You done destabilize the entire society with your freedom because an enemy told you something sweet. Your body, your choice. You understand?
That's right.
Free everything. Slut walk. Shout out your abortion. Free the nipple. Topless Tuesday. Before you know it, your reputation throughout the earth is the whore. I give him $50,000. She gonna do something strange for a piece of change. I fly her out. How did Diddy know he gonna fly you out and get you to Turks and Caicos and pass you around to all the homeboys to let them have sex with you? How does he know that? Because that's the culture of another nation of people. To have sex with a woman and throw her away, to turn her into a whore, put her into a brothel, use her, throw her away, send her back home to her daddy, to her mama, to the streets. That's not our culture. And now to the world, that's black culture.
That's right.
You understand? But had we obeyed the Lord, they would say, this is the wisdom. You can't go over there. Nah, you're going to have to deal with that father. What? What are you doing over there? Don't you know my father is here? My father going to see you. Who is that? The hell is on here? What's going on? Who is that? What are you doing around here? I got daughters. I got nieces. Why are you here? What are you doing riding around this van? You working on something? You fixing roofs? Why your van ain't got no windows? Who hired you to work in this neighborhood? What are you doing? You understand? That's why the tokens of the virginity go to the men that run the neighborhood. So you don't end up in the back of a van. They scrutinizing. They being a detective. They being a lord over something. They are the gates that protect to make sure that things are safe. This is a reputation we have to repair as a people by turning back to obey the Most High. You understand? There's a consequence to that. That consequence is a heavy consequence. It destabilizes the entire society. The Lord said the land would fall to whoredom. That would become the norm. You understand? Got grannies out here in the streets, still dressing like a teenager. Hot pants, getting on the damn airport, walking around with your tail showing, walking around with your box showing. You understand? It's not supposed to be that way. We're supposed to be the princess, the daughters of Zion. But this is the culture of the other races of people. You understand? So keep going. Give me 20. We're going to end it real quick. Give me 20.
So you can start back at the top of 20?
Yeah, hit 20 one more time.
Con. But if this thing be true.
If it's true that he said, I went to go have sex with her, this woman already been with another man. I got to keep going.
And the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel.
The tokens of the virginity is not found. The bloody bed sheets is not found. They're not found. When she bled for the first time, you understand? They ain't found. You understand? But now, ain't no receipt. The father can't defend it now. Keep going.
Verse 21. Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house.
Then we going to get that daughter. Ain't no freedom of speech and expression. Ain't no my body, my choice. Because in 4 generations, the sons from the women that's having sex with other men and no man keeping them, those sons will be in the street stealing camels, stealing horses, beating brothers to death, you understand, over on the west side. You understand? The city will be getting shot up because it won't be no more order, won't be the Lord's protection, won't be no more watchmen. Little girls will be going missing all over the city, all over every city, all up and down the coast. Don't nobody know where the hell anybody is. Why? Because the land will have fallen. Keep going. They're going to go get that daughter. Keep going.
And the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die.
They're going to throw rocks at her. Stones. Hundreds of stones. As many as it takes. Everyone in the city is going to throw, all the men of the city are going to throw stones at her until she dies. Keep going. Why?
Because she hath wrought folly in Israel.
She have done a foolish thing as a daughter of Zion. She done a foolish thing. You understand? You aren't allowed to have sex with more than one man. You aren't allowed to do that. The first man got to die. Keep going.
To play the whore in her father's house.
She played the whore. This father thinking he giving away square business, that he giving his daughter upright and honest to this man. And she done already been with another man. And now she could cause the curse of the Lord to come on the city. Keep going.
So shalt thou put evil away from among you.
God said that's evil. She going to have sex with a second man is evil in the sight of God. You get killed for that. And think about all the brothers and sisters dying all across America. Sisters leave a man, go be with another man, and then somewhere down the line, she meet the crazy boyfriend and kill her. Shoot her. Shoot her and the baby several times. The Bible says a curse, a punishment will not come without a cause. There's a reason everything is happening. Stuff don't just happen for no reason. You leave your man because he won't get a job, or he loses his job, he don't make enough money, he don't do the things you want him to do, or he treats you too good and you want some fun and excitement and you go run out in the streets and then you meet Dolomite and Ike Turner bruise your ribs and knot your eye, bust your lip. A curse does not come without a cause. It's not a good thing. We don't promote it. We don't want it to happen. That's why we're giving you warning from the Lord. These are the reasons these things happen. Stuff don't just happen for no reason. That's why the elders of the city took this thing serious. You will destabilize our entire society behind this. The curse of the Lord will come through. We were in the wilderness and the death angel killed thousands of people because some brother decided to go have sex with an Ethiopian woman. You understand? You're not allowed to do that. God don't give you the freedom to do that. You aren't allowed to be Tia Mowry and leave your husband after 20 years so you can go run in the streets. You aren't allowed to do that. That is a dishonorable thing that brings shame upon your whole race. You understand? But if you don't know your nationality, it's acceptable if you're a Christian. Nobody's perfect. Right. We all fall short. Before you know it, nothing matters. Well, if you want to dress like a boy, it's okay. God know your heart. You always gonna be my daughter, but if you want to be my son, you know that's cool. Before you know it, the whole damn land will fall to wickedness. Everything will be confusion. You have to start looking at baby pictures to find out what the hell is what. You understand? The Lord didn't want it that way. The Lord gave us rules to make sure it doesn't end that way. And there's something very important in this scripture. The Lord is not magically going to make stuff be in order. God gave Adam instructions and authority, and Adam had to take authority. Things didn't just fall in line because the Lord said Adam was in charge. Adam got authority and power from the Lord, and he had to make things fall in line. You understand? The men of the city had to make and keep things in their proper order. This evil society gives a woman the power to usurp the authority that God gave a man to rule over. You understand? The Lord is against that. That's why everything out of order. And we putting things back in their proper order in the ISUPK. So go ahead and finish this.
So that was the end of that verse. When we go to 22, sir?
Yep, give me 23.
23?
Sex is serious business. Yep, keep going.
Salakia, sir, one question. We were at 21. I just want to make sure you want me to go to 23 as opposed to 22.
No, give me 22. I want you to keep reading.
Verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband.
This daughter living in that father's house and already had sex with a different man. She's married. Even if they had one time and a sneaky link and whatever, and she decide we're going to both go our separate ways, you don't get to go your separate ways. You don't get to find out if there's something else better for you. You don't get to find out if God got something better for you and God got a blessing for me with my name. No. What you took is what you got. That's it. That's all you get. If he don't die, you are stuck with him. You understand? You don't have the freedom to get all these chances and all of this here. And you don't get that. A woman does not get that. A woman and a man are not the same. You got one shot per lifetime. Your lifetime or his lifetime. That's why the father is supposed to examine the man so that he can see the flaws and the characteristics of a man. You don't know this man get mad and punch you in your mouth. All you see is he tell you how beautiful you are. And I like your hair. And I like your curve. You don't see how his temper is that short. You don't see how he's fighting to not snap and hit you because he ain't got to have sex with you yet. The father can see it. A man can see it. All you thinking about is how you feel. You understand? Nah, he ain't no good. He got a big problem. I don't see it, Daddy. I don't know what you ain't got to worry about it. He got problems. You stay away from it. As a matter of fact, next time I'll talk to him. You understand? But if you, my body, my choice. Don't no man tell me what to do. Who you think this 2025? My body and this and that. Oh, you stuck back in the day. You're gonna go out there and meet. And then you'll find out on your own. You'll spend the rest of you talking to the camera at 40-something, wondering where all the men is at. The Lord did not intend for life to be this way. Pretending to be another race of people made life this way. But Commander General Yohanan fixing all that. Keep reading.
Then they both, Salakia, then they shall both of them die.
You glitching and twitching. I don't know what you said, brother.
Come on, so I read it again.
I see your head moving.
They shall.
There you go.
Okay, come. Then they shall both of them die.
Yes. You have sex with somebody else's woman and you are supposed to die. The Lord is going to say, why did the police kill him at a traffic stop? He had his hands up. But you having sex with somebody else's woman, you could get gunned down at a traffic stop. You understand? Because the Lord kills people for Nika. She was a mother of 3 right here. She had just got with him and this and that, and this was her new boy. You don't get a new boyfriend. You better come serve the Lord so the Lord can clear your record and let you start your life over. You don't get to go be with another new man. You better come make sure everything get clear with the Lord and you be born again, because our people racking up debts, that's life-ending debts. And we don't understand the Lord is about ready to kill us all the time because we keep doing things. The Lord said, if you do this, you die. We don't realize how serious it is because we've been listening to Christians where they tell you Jesus come from magical sex with the Lord, getting Mary pregnant, and then Mary pregnant go back to Joseph and he the stepson to God's baby. You understand? All kind of silliness, like rabbits laying eggs and naked babies with wings and all kind of just stupid shit. But this is what we base our life on as a people. And then lo and behold, everything end up wrong. Keep reading.
Salakia. Both the man that lay with the woman
and the woman, not just the man. The woman dies and the man dies. You're not free to go and have sex with somebody else. It makes the Lord furious. The Lord spread a curse and a disease will spread throughout the entire community. You understand? Herpes will spread everywhere. AIDS, gonorrhea, and chlamydia, and syphilis, and hepatitis. It'll spread to the children. It'll spread to the newborns because the Lord is angry that nobody takes this thing that God said is so life and death serious. Keep going.
So that thou shalt, Salakia, so that thou put away evil from Israel.
Evil has to be put away. Evil don't just magically go away on its own. It has to be put away. That's a conscious action. That's not a song. It's not a march. It's not a dance. It's not a protest. It's not well wishes. It's not prayers. It has to be put away. That's why the Lord rose up an army in Deuteronomy 1, and officers and captains and generals, because that is an important job to hear the causes and judge amongst our cities. You wouldn't have cities filled with police beating you to death at traffic stops if the men of the. So we're gonna pick it up from here next week because we way up over the time. Get y'all up out of here. Everybody clap it up. We will get some more on the Lord's wisdom. Let's get them announcements real quick. Barakatah while y'all was shy. Let's get on up out of here. All right. I got the bath. Hey.
Go. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, for rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 1 year. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 1 year, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from their head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from their head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give the treasury department or a teacher. You go to isupk.com, click on tithes and donations, and follow the instructions from there. Make sure you keep your receipts. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. That's the Feast of Purim on February 20th. All right, so February 20th of 2026 is the Feast of Purim. All right, make sure you guys put that on your calendars. All right, for every brother and sister in Virginia, Norfolk, Richmond, wherever you are, put that in your calendar. Feast of Purim, February 20th, 2026. All right, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Black boots, black shirt, black pants, black headband / war scarf. If you are a sister and you want to be in the school, all right, because you can't be a trooper, but you can be a sister in the school, all right, come to class, head wrapped with a dress. That's UPK tradition, is to wear a dress, head wrap, and get ready to learn, all right? With that, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. I Majum. I Majum Shabbat. I Majum Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua
Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham.
Yana Matah. Saw walking meaning turn to the sisters. I Majum to the sisters means stand. Please stand, men of Israel. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel. I Majum Shabbat. I Majum Barak. Yahweh Shemar.
Yahweh Shemar. Hashem Yahushua.
Yana Matah. With that, dismissed.
It's that time of year. We're going to be in Houston, Texas from April 1st to April 5th, celebrating the Lord's 57th annual Passover under Commanding General Yohana. Jam-packed, full of events, line dances, fishing, horseback riding, rides for the kids, bounce houses, and the annual lamb slaughter held at the BH Ranch. And it ain't no party like the all-black party, the annual all-black party. 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas. You know it's gonna be lit. All leading up to Saturday, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You still got time. Go to isupk.com to pay your Passover fee. 18 and over, $200. You do not want to miss the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Houston, Texas. Shalom.